in this passage, one which I confess is unlikely to come up. I hope you won't mind if I take the liberty of saying a couple of section B things first. One, as you can see from the notes, is that it plays into James Shapiro's idea of the death of honour. If you remember, we've spoken about the Earl of Essex and his own agreements that he'd made in his Ireland campaign with the Earl of Tyrone, and how he has stood out as an example of an old school of honour, whereas more ruthless ways of subjugating a people, in the case of the Ireland campaign by using starvation, became the way that the country wanted to play in the future. Now, I'm saying all that because another ideal that this embodies, this passage, is a clash, I would suggest, between the past and the present. The kind of thing that Emma Smith talks about in the essay you'll see on the OneNote. We see this contrast not only by the past tense, that deep past, did slay this Fortinbras, dared to the combat, thereto pricked on by a most emulate pride. We're looking here at the vanity, the human feelings, the kind of individual ideas that led old Hamlet and old Fortinbras to engage in hand-to-hand combat. And then we contrast this with the joint effort, the idea of, well, the joint labour, so that even the night becomes joint labourer with the day, even the forces of nature are kind of factory workers, this sweaty haste. If you're looking, for example, at the forgotten men and women of this country, you're looking at actual yeoman labour here, and ship rights in that plural, that collective enterprise that is so different from the duel that we've engaged between the two kings of Norway and Denmark. Those people we've actually seen personified as Norway and Denmark, as though they can be represented in the glamorous individuals who front them. So that's one way of looking at it. It is also, I need hardly say, very expository from Horatio. We are meeting not so much Claudius as, by extension, by a kind of metonymy in a way, Claudius's world. And we're looking also at the kind of politics that informs what's to come. Note the aggressive language with which young Fortinbras is dismissed, again, even less glamorous than his loser of a father. Young Fortinbras, of unimproved metal, hot and full, hath, in the skirts of Norway here and there, sharked that aggressive, savage, almost bestial image, a list of lawless resolutes. This is a regime, or at least a military movement, that's getting absolutely no respect from the speaker, Horatio. And also we have the force of law, the kind of thing that Claudius will need to overturn, turns compulsatory those foresaid lands sold by his father lost. Which leads us to the other main theme that's represented in this passage, which is the frame device of a revenge plot that is actually Fortinbras's. If you were so naive as to take out Acts 2, 3, 4 and quite a lot of 5 and most of 1, you would nonetheless be left with the shell, the frame of a revenge plot. Does Fortinbras get his land back? Answer, yes. You could say that the whole play is quite an investment, if that's really what you want to find out, and it's not a question that Shakespeare deals with very convincingly. You could say it's gone from not only a knock-knock joke to a shaggy dog story. Yeah, he gets the land back. Meanwhile, everyone's dead. But it does bookend the play with its own revenge plot. We'll see though in the next extract that this idea of a kind of revenge between states, or at least the representatives of those states, becomes in the next exchange personalised by